It's the SMT Media Network. We have an NBA story for you guys here today. In this video, I want to kind of speak to what's going on with the Lakers and the head coach, JJ Redick. Now, I don't want to get into the personal business. I don't want to talk about like his home situation. That's really unfortunate. It's really sad. You pray for all those people, and obviously there's probably a lot of sentimental connectivity to those people, their homes of many years or whatever the case may be. I'm not doing that. But I have to speak to this because this is an important story, because now there's rumblings of JJ Redick being on the hot seat. I don't know how true that is, but I can tell you he has displayed a lot of things that are deserving of being on the hot seat. And I'm talking about specifically his performance as the LA Lakers head coach. If you're a head coach of an NBA team, you are in a unique fraternity. You are in a very, very small, unique group. There's only a few dozen of these teams. Major markets, huge money invested into these teams, massive payrolls, right? You just think about the whole scale of the league. No experience. JJ Redick has never coached at any type of high or elite level. Forget just the NBA. As an assistant, as a scout, he has none of those credentials. And he was assigned this position, and he was granted it seemingly because he's friends with LeBron, and they had a podcast in which they minded the game. And they drank wine, and they talked smack about people, and they told the world how smart they were both, and all that. And right now, guys, their record is not good. Their record may seem like they're an average team. Folks, they are terrible. They do not compete against real teams that move the ball, teams that commit defensively, teams that play together. They get blown out by good teams. And I'm not just talking about teams with great records. They get blown out by teams that just play team ball. They have a hard time scoring 100 points some nights. Their offense seems single-dimensional, lacks any type of innovation, any creativity. Defensively, they are horrible. Some of the examples set by their more, star-studded players leaves a lot to be desired. There's a lot of things we could point to and say the Lakers have problems. But of course, it always starts at the top because that's where the responsibility is. That's where the accountability is going to be. They fired Darvin Ham for this guy to replace him. And we have not seen any indication that he is really doing anything better than Darvin Ham. Their record is not better. The ability to compete night in and night out is not better. Their offense is not better. Their defense is not better. And as the season has progressed, those qualities, characteristics of their team, they've all regressed. And I think it starts at the top with the leadership, and that's JJ Redick, the head coach. I know Charles Barkley was talking smack. He referred to JJ as a dead man walking. He's not wrong. Every coach is eventually going to get fired, but to take it more near term, Darvin Ham was fired and was actually a good coach. He got more out of his players than JJ Redick did. I mean, you can watch them play, and you can see that. This team is a train wreck. This team gets blown out easily and often. Part of it's on LeBron because he's very turnover prone and he doesn't play defense. And I think that at times can resonate across the roster. And when teams start to get apathetic, you start to lose a lot of games. That's where JJ Redick is going to feel like he's in a tornado. As he continues to kind of fraying within the roster and players, they become apathetic. They start tuning him out and not listening. There's already rumblings of that. Sometimes it even looks like players are kind of quitting middle of the fourth quarter. Here's what I know is characteristic of a good leader. They're good communicators. JJ Redick is not that. He speaks down on people. He's unrelatable. We don't get that empathy element from JJ Redick. Doesn't really have a vision, a direction he wants to take his team in. He wants to win, but he doesn't have like a philosophy or a vision that the players can buy into. He doesn't seem like a high integrity guy. He seems like he just kind of like showed up and got the position, so it doesn't seem like he worked hard for it. I don't get a sense of resilience. I don't get a sense that he's earned anyone's respect. He doesn't really seem like he's good at making decisions. They can't get themselves out of hole in games. Adjustments aren't there. He doesn't really empower his players. Like, he doesn't have those things. He's not really transparent. He just tells people what he thinks they should know. Sometimes bold-faced lies. He's not really innovative on either side of the ball. He's not helping his guys get better. He doesn't have learning agility, like on the spot. He's not fluid. He's very stuck. I don't think he's creative. I don't think he's honest. I don't think he's any of those things. He's a bad coach because he's inexperienced. There may be potential in there we wouldn't know. I don't think he was ready for this position. I don't think he was the right guy for this position. I don't think he's very good at what he does. The Lakers season is probably going to continue in the same trajectory based on what we've seen thus far. I mean, what have you seen from the Lakers that indicates a turnaround anytime soon? So is Charles Barkley right? Is JJ a dead man walking? Absolutely. Should he be on the hot seat? I don't know if it's fair to put someone on the hot seat in the middle of the first season that they coach. But what did those people expect for the people who put him there? The LeBrons of the world, the Lakers, their GM, the ownership group. There's no experience. Why should he be on the hot seat, actually? If you think about it, they thrusted him there. If anybody should be on the hot seat, it's probably the person who encouraged this hiring, and that's LeBron. If JJ continues to suck, which he's sucked so far, shouldn't LeBron be evaluated for hiring this guy or putting him in this position? Mind the Game podcast, all these brilliant ideas, getting the most out of the players. You guys remember his press conference to open? This guy damn near said he was going to be the world's next Socrates in NBA hoops, the next Pat Riley, the next, Red Auerbach, the next Phil Jackson. He's been a bum coach. He's getting nothing out of his players. They're regressing and getting worse as the season goes on. The Lakers are horrible. The fish rots from the head down. The Lakers are trash because JJ Redick sucks.